I'm Dave and this is Logan, out once again for a walk in the New Forest. Thanks for joining us. Now today we're at a place called King's Hat. It's about 7 miles to the southeast of Lyndhurst and 3 miles to the west of Dibden. Not to be confused with another King's Hat that is to the south of Lyndhurst. And today we're going to be doing a roughly 3-mile circular walk, although you can extend it, and I'll explain as we go along. And we'll be going across some heathland through woodland. We'll be crossing the Beaulieu River twice, and I expect we'll be seeing some interesting things along the way, so do come along with us. We're filming in the middle of the summer. It's a glorious sunny morning at the moment. There's a little bit of cloud about, so the light might chop and change throughout the day. And just for regular viewers, I've upgraded my camera from a GoPro 7 to a GoPro 8, so it'll be interesting to see what the picture quality and sound quality is like. Now, Logan is already enjoying the sun, but we need to kick on. Let's go. Well, I've parked my car at the Forestry Commission car park at King's Hat, and we're going to start off the walk by initially heading in a sort of southwesterly direction through some lovely woodland. Well, not far from the car park, and this is the Beaulieu River, looking very serene this morning with a rather cute bridge over there. Don't jump, Logan, whatever you do. But it's not a long river, about 8 miles or so, and the source is at Lyndhurst and eventually flows out to the sea at Beaulieu. The thing about this river is the entire riverbed is owned by Lord Montagu, and I should point out with this walk, it's very much a summer walk because it can get quite muddy in places during the winter. Well, just to get our bearings, that's the little wood that we've come out of, where the Beaulieu River flows through. Car park on the other side, and then just looking around this heather, it's just starting to get that purple look to it as it starts to flower. And then this, well, I say pond in front of me, Starpole Pond, although it's fairly dry as it's the middle of the summer, and it's panning round. The little area over there is called, unusual name of Gurnetfields Furzebreake, and I have no idea of the origin of the name. And amazing, during the Second World War the area was set aside to grow crops for the war effort. And just continue to pan down. Lovely scene there with some ponies grazing in the sunshine, and then to finally complete my 360-degree view, there's some woods there. Okay, we're going to kick along this rather pleasant path across some heathland. Just stopped to get our bearings again, so that's the path that we've followed with the pond just beyond onto a ridge. Just going to pass these ponies here and slowly panning round, and we're now going to head in a sort of northerly direction, going down into a little valley and then up onto another ridge where we should get some great views. Well, Logan and I are enjoying a very peaceful walk today. Back home it's all chaos. I've just bought a new Whippet puppy called Fiver, so that brings me up to 3 Whippets. You obviously know Logan, he's 5 years old now, and I've got Monty, he's 7 years old. He doesn't come out on these video walks with me, although there are a couple of videos on the channel showing his performance in the obedience ring. But yeah, young fiver, bit of a handful at the moment, but he's quite a cute little chap. I've taken some video footage, so I'll pop that on to the end of this video so you can check him out. And stuck out in the middle of nowhere on this heathland is this memorial. It's called the Carter Memorial, and it commemorates a chap called Samuel Carter. He was killed out hunting with the New Forest hounds here on the 16th of January 1883. It used to have iron railings all around it protecting it, but those have long gone. And apparently there was a fund to provide 5 shillings a year to the local keeper to maintain it. But as you can see, it's very well worn at the edges. I'm guessing that's where New Forest ponies have rubbed against it over the decades. And there is an inscription on the northern side that you can just about make out. Well, I'm not 100% sure where the name King's Hat comes from. Certainly if you look at the old driver's map of 1814, which was based on a survey in 1786, 1787, it does show a clump of trees called King's Hat on the sort of eastern side of the road that goes to Beaulieu. You do get quite a few place names on the New Forest called something Hat. Usually it is a clump of trees that looks like a hat from a distance. You've got the tree trunks are bare of branches and vegetation up to about 4 or 5 foot, which is the browsing level of ponies, obviously. And from a distance, I guess it looks like a hat. And perhaps here, perhaps a king may have stopped here at some stage in the past. I don't know, pure conjecture. We've made our way to the top of Buck Hill, and there's some great views up here. Quite windy now, which is perfect for me because it's just cooling me down. It's about 20 degrees otherwise. Now, I mentioned earlier you could extend the walk if you wanted to. Just behind me here to the north, you could carry on for a couple of miles or so over to Yew Tree Heath. There is a Forestry Commission car park there, but it tends to be closed between March and the end of July because of the ground nesting birds. And then if just looking north again behind me over my shoulder, we're going to head down into those woods there, and in the very far distance you can just about see the tops of cranes of Southampton docks. At least I think that's what they are. Well, we've just come off the heathland and now making our way through this peaceful bit of woodland. So pretty with the sunlight coming through. Oh, what have we got over here? Carving on the tree. What does that say? J&S 2015. Ah, I wonder if they're still together. I hope so. Just about to cross the Beaulieu River for the second time over another little bridge. Again, looking very serene and peaceful today. A beautiful colour of the that must be hawthorn, I guess, this time of year. And looking down It's quite noticeable. You look at the banks there, quite well worn away. Just shows how deep this river can get later on in the winter. It can become a raging torrent. But as I said, very quiet and tranquil at the moment. I can hardly hear a thing. It's wonderful. Well, I'm now at the most easterly point of the walk, and I'm going to explore some Bronze Age barrows that were established between 2000 BC and 700 BC. Now behind me here, according to Historic England, is the site of one of the best preserved barrow cemeteries in the whole of the New Forest. There are 6 barrows in total here. The biggest one is about 21 metres in diameter. Now I've been able to spot 2, so just behind me here. I don't know if this is going to show on the camera. There's a little ditch that goes around here and a slight sort of hump in the ground, if that's the right word to use. And then just to the right here again there's another small mound, and it looks like an animal track that goes round, but actually it is a small ditch, because it's more difficult to see with all the bracken and gorse growing on top. We're on the homeward leg now, making our way back to the car park. I've just come across this. Sometimes nature can be an extraordinary thing. I mean, I look at something like that and it almost looks like a skeleton of a dinosaur. Well, I think it does anyway. But I wonder how long that's been here, gradually rotting away and being absorbed back into the countryside. Wonder how many insects have made that a home. Well, one final challenge before we get back to the car. There is a little area you can actually jump over this, but Logan fancies a little bit of a cool down after a hot walk. I'm going to have to wade my way through, but it's not too deep. And nearly back to the end. Well folks, we've come to the end of our walk. We hope you enjoyed it. Not the longest walk that we've ever done, but a pretty one nonetheless. So if you did enjoy it, please do give us a thumbs up and a like, and do leave a comment. And as I always say, do check out our Facebook page, Dave's Countryside Walks. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Then hopefully you'll be able to join us for another walk sometime in the future. So I'll put on the little bit of video clip of young Fiver, just in case you're interested at the end of the video. So until we meet again, thanks for watching, and cheerio. And here he is, the new addition to the family, introducing Fiver. He's only 8 weeks old. I've only had him, well, less than a day. He's quite a bold little chap. As you can see, he's a brindle fawn Whippet with 4 little white socks and a little white tip on the tail. What do you think of him? Logan thinks it's a new toy. Monty's, he's not too sure, but they all seem to be getting well together. I expect he'll make a few guest appearances in some of the walk videos at some stage in the future. Hey? Quite a cutie. I think my hands are going to be quite full for the next few weeks.